Welcome to Grant and Graham Podcast. This time we will be talking about why most tech startups don't focus on sales, an in-depth analysis. Why most tech startups don't focus on sales, an in-depth analysis. In the dynamic world of tech startups, the journey from an idea to a successful business often defies conventional wisdom. One such anomaly is the noticeable de-emphasis on sales in the early stages of many tech startups. Instead, these companies prioritize product development, market fit, and growth metrics. This article explores the reasons behind this trend and how it shapes the tech startup ecosystem. Product development takes center stage. At the heart of any tech startup is its product. Whether it's an app, a piece of software, or a cutting-edge hardware device, the primary focus is on creating something innovative, functional, and scalable. The initial stages are crucial for refining the product, addressing bugs, and enhancing features. Startups believe that a superior product will naturally attract users, which in turn will drive sales in the long run. The emphasis on product development is driven by the belief that a well-crafted product is a stronger foundation for future growth. Startups invest heavily in research and development to ensure their product stands out in a competitive market. This often means extensive beta testing, gathering user feedback, and iterating on the product. The aim is to create a product that not only solves a problem, but does so in a way that delights users and sets the company apart from competitors. Achieving product market fit. Before a tech startup can scale its sales efforts, it must first achieve product market fit. This means ensuring that the product meets the needs and preferences of its target market. Early-stage startups gather feedback from initial users to refine their offerings. This iterative process helps in aligning the product with market demands. Without a solid product-market fit, even the best sales strategies might fail to generate sustainable revenue. Product-market fit is a critical milestone for any startup. It signifies that the product has found its place in the market and is meeting a genuine need. Achieving this fit involves a deep understanding of the target audience, continuous testing, and rapid iterations based on user feedback. Startups often use techniques like surveys, user interviews, and analytics to understand how their product is being used and what improvements are needed. This phase is less about selling and more about listening and learning. Resource constraints. Most startups operate with limited resources, both financial and human. With a tight budget, founders must make strategic decisions about where to allocate their resources. Typically, these resources are funneled into product development and user acquisition rather than building a sales team. The logic is simple. There's no point in having a sales force if the product isn't ready to meet customer expectations. Resource constraints force startups to prioritize their investments. Hiring a sales team is expensive, involving salaries, training, and support infrastructure. Early-stage startups prefer to use their limited funds to enhance their product and attract early adopters who can provide valuable feedback. This frugality ensures that every dollar spent contributes directly to the product's development and user base growth. Emphasis on growth strategy. In the tech startup world, growth often trumps immediate revenue generation. Many startups adopt strategies focused on user acquisition, believing that a large user base will attract investors and create monetization opportunities later. This approach is particularly common in sectors like software and platforms, where the value of the product increases as more people use it. Growth strategy in tech startups revolves around rapid expansion and scaling. This often involves leveraging digital marketing, partnerships, and viral marketing techniques to acquire users quickly. The primary goal is to build a large, engaged user base that can be monetized through various means, such as subscriptions, ads, or data sales. Startups prioritize metrics like daily active users, engagement rates, and retention over immediate sales revenue. Investor expectations. Venture capitalists and early-stage investors tend to prioritize growth metrics over short-term revenue. Metrics such as user base expansion, engagement rates, and market penetration are often more attractive to investors than immediate sales figures. Startups, therefore, align their strategies with these expectations to secure funding. This alignment often means focusing on metrics that demonstrate potential for explosive growth rather than early sales. Investor expectations shape startup strategies significantly. Investors seek high returns on their investments, which are more likely if a startup shows potential for significant growth. Startups, therefore, focus on demonstrating traction, market demand, and scalability. By showing strong user growth and engagement, startups can attract more significant investments, which can later be used to build a sales infrastructure. Technology-driven culture. The culture in many tech startups is heavily influenced by technology and engineering. Founders and early team members typically come from technical backgrounds and may lack sales experience. This technical bias leads to a greater emphasis on product development and innovation. Sales, often viewed as a secondary function, takes a backseat until the product reaches a certain level of maturity. A technology-driven culture prioritizes innovation and technical excellence. Founders with engineering backgrounds are more comfortable focusing on product design, development, and problem solving. This culture can lead to groundbreaking products, but often overlooks the importance of sales and marketing. As the product matures, startups usually bring in sales and marketing experts to balance the team's skill set. Leveraging network effects. For platform-based startups and those relying on network effects, the primary goal is to build a large user base quickly. The value of these products increases as more people use them, creating a self-reinforcing loop of growth. In such cases, initial efforts are directed towards user acquisition and engagement rather than immediate sales. Once a critical mass of users is achieved, monetization becomes easier and more organic. Network effects are a powerful growth driver for many tech startups. Products that benefit from network effects, such as social media platforms, marketplaces, and communication tools, become more valuable as their user base grows. Startups focus on reaching a critical mass of users to create these effects, often offering free or heavily discounted services to attract users. Once a robust network is established, the startup can introduce monetization strategies like premium features, subscriptions, or advertising. The freemium model. Many tech startups employ a freemium model, offering basic versions of their products for free while charging for premium features. This model necessitates a focus on product development and user acquisition in the early stages. By providing a valuable free product, startups can attract a large user base and gradually convert a portion of these users into paying customers. The freemium model balances user acquisition with revenue generation. Offering a free product lowers the barrier to entry, encouraging more users to try it out. As users engage with the product and see its value, they are more likely to pay for premium features that enhance their experience. This model requires a strong focus on developing a compelling free offering that drives user adoption and engagement. Conclusion. The decision to deprioritize sales in the early stages is a strategic one for many tech startups. By focusing on product development, achieving product-market fit, and emphasizing growth, these startups lay a solid foundation for long-term success. While this approach may seem counterintuitive, it aligns with the unique dynamics of the tech industry, where innovation, user acquisition, and scalability often hold the key to success. As these startups mature, sales efforts become increasingly important, transforming early-stage groundwork into sustainable revenue streams.